What is up, everybody? It is your boy Magic's Edge TV here. Welcome to part number 3 of the final part of the fire escape reveal. Now, this part I'm going to basically walk you through. You guys seen in part 2 how I did the fire escape, but basically I'm going to walk you through in part 3 when those exact moments happened within the actual video. So I'm going to show you the exact point that I got out of the box, when I started to change into the other clothes, yada yada yada. We're going to walk you through with the actual fire escape. So, with that being said, I'm going to actually play the video, and there's not going to be no audio besides like certain points. I will put the audio within the video, but other than that, I'm not going to be having the audio in most of it, because it's basically a talk over of the original fire escape explaining, so there's not going to be much audio. Now, in the first section of the fire escape itself,
see is what you get. So I'm going to show you every inch of this gasket. Here we go, fire escape. And
so we're going to mute the audio here. This is me actually showing the box here within the basement. This is the original, if you guys seen it, this is the original fire escape box that we used. So
we'll witness.
At that point, I'm going around the box showing that there's no trapdoors, that the box is 100% legit, which at this point it is. The box at this point is 100% legit.
It doesn't matter anyway. Once it's lit on fire, there's no way I'm getting through the lead anyway, okay?
Which is true.
This side here. Okay. Little tiny ass opening there. That doesn't make difference. No way you can get it through it. Okay. This is the back. Don't make fun of me. I messed up fires.
I did, yeah.
Didn't have enough room.
I did.
Once again, going through this side, you can see no trapdoors. And we have the back side here. Once again.
So yeah, I'm going to pause it right there. Basically, pause it right there. Basically, yeah, that's just me showing that the box is legit. What you see is what you get, which is 100% legit. The box is as legit as you can possibly get at that point in time. So now, we're going to cut to where I walk in. So this is where I walk in camera view here. This is what we're going to start with right here.
Fire escape. One of the most dangerous escapes I've ever done. I've done it before. Last time I did it in a wooden box.
Pause it right there. Last time, there was a time I did a fire escape on the original channel, Sniper 666 Pro. Okay, this channel had almost 1,000 subscribers, I believe it was. Whatever, could have been less, could have been more. I can't 100% put my finger on how many subscribers I had at that point in time. But the original fire escape that I did on Sniper 666 Pro was a box just like this one that you guys see here. However, the only difference is it was a wooden box. And there was a completely different method that I used to escape. Wooden box. I needed a different method. So, yeah, I did do a fire escape out of a wooden box. It wasn't the best attempt that I did. it wasn't the best fire escape that I did because, for the simple fact, it was wood. It wasn't convincing to the audience, really. I also did a fire escape in a cardboard box when I was with my ex, and I got her to film it. And it was a cardboard box that I did. It was supposed to be the exact same as what you guys see here. The exact same. The fire escape that I was going to film with her, and this escape was supposed to be the exact same thing. However, I used a different method in the very first cardboard one I ever attempted, and that was for the Sniper 666 Pro channel, and I got severely burned. I didn't pull off the escape. I got very bad second-degree burns when I attempted it from my side here down to my left leg, because I was curled up on my side trying to make my escape. I failed. Lucky enough, I had 4 or 5 buckets of water, if not more, near me that my ex put the fire out before any further damage was done, because it was bad. And I had severe second-degree burns going down. My shirt was burned. My pants leg was burned. And I ended up having to seek medical attention for second-degree burns when I attempted my first one. I'm lucky I didn't kill myself. So, regardless of you guys seeing the first fire escape, you know, you guys seeing through the reveal, I was genuinely in that box. Like, anything, I could have got stuck halfway coming out and got burned. You know, like, there was risk there, even though, regardless of how safe it looked or whatever, there was risk. You know, I could still get burned if I didn't get out in time, and time everything to the key, you know. Another thing is I says in this video, and I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to press play again from here and see if we can find it.
Quicker.
Because I says something here.
One of the most dangerous escapes I've ever done. I've done it before. Last time I did it in a wooden box. This time I'm taking a step further, going into a cardboard casket. Cardboard burns quicker. It's going to be a harder escape altogether.
Right there. I says, last time I did it in a wooden box, this time I'm doing it in a cardboard casket, which burns quicker, makes for a harder escape altogether. That's the biggest crock of shit I ever told. The only reason I ever done the fire escape in a cardboard box is because it burns quicker and it looks good when it burns. That's pretty well it. I could do a similar escape in a wooden casket, in a wooden box. Just don't burn as good, and it don't look as good for the camera. So, the fact of me saying it makes for a harder escape altogether, that's not true. It makes for an easier escape because all I needed was a knife in my pocket to cut a hole out and then just get out. So, it was easier in the sense of escaping. However, yes, it is still technically dangerous because you got the it burns quicker. So yes, there's still that danger there. Timing is crucial. If you're in that box, if you cannot time your escape properly and according to how you should, you're going to get hurt, and you can definitely get serious burns. I did. Like, yeah, people say, okay, well, escaping from a cardboard box lit on fire is easy. It's easy till you do it. There's a lot of technique when it comes to camera movements, timing on the fire, communication with the camera person that's there, walking her through while still trying to make your escape, still doing everything, making sure her camera movements are on par, that she's following what you need, or whoever, that person that's helping you is following what they're supposed to be doing, on top of you needing these things to do these things while doing the escape to still pull it off and make it look good. It's a lot of technical work that goes into it to make it look as good as what I made it look for the first fire escape. You know, the second fire escape, I escaped from 2 boxes. One was double layered with windshield wash boxes. It was a completely different method, and it was a lot harder. It was a lot harder to escape. Like, the second one, I almost did get burned severely. You guys could see with the camera, you know, from the inside view to the outside view, how fucking close it come for me to actually get injured. But we're going to move on here now, and I'm going to cut to this part here. This is where I got my hands held out here. We're going to...
rope. My hands are going to come up like this. Kelsey is then going to proceed to take the rope, tie my arms around my back. And I'm going to get inside the casket. Just like that. You will see me till the very last second when I drop in the casket before Kelsey puts the lid down.
Okay. We already walked through in part 2 on how to escape from the restraints, so I don't need to touch bases on that. So I think we're good there. Because I already explained how to get out. Now we're going to cut to where... Alright. I think this is where music's playing. Yeah. So, she walked me over, and I got into the box. And this is where music's playing. The biggest key for music in this escape, like I said in part 2, the biggest thing with music is misdirection. It's misdirecting, and it's also covering up secrets. At this point here, when Kelsey is lowering me in the box, I'm actually communicating with her on steps to go, like what's the next step, stuff like that. That's what the music is there for. That's why the music is there. Covers up that conversation, so you guys, in the spectators, as a spectator, don't hear or see the secrets to how I'm pulling this trick off. So we're going to cut here now. I'm going to start on just where she gets the box lit. Like the very second that box starts to go up in flames. Alright, just when the fire starts. Right there. Alright, that's where the fire starts. Alright, so this part here, I'm going to do a commentary here now, and this I'm going to let this play out from start to finish. Video beginning 11:32. There's 3 minutes and 33 seconds left to the video, just so I get the perfect timing for it. While I'm explaining, I'm going to turn off the audio, because we don't need it unless I want it for a reason after. But let's get this going here. So we're going to press play. And 3, 2, 1, now. Alright. So the box is on fire. This is the same concept as the first one. Like the exact same concept. She is showing this point of the box, the corner. Meanwhile, while this box is on fire, I'm getting the knife out of my pocket very shortly. I think I get the knife out of my pocket when she pours the second layer of gas on. Because at this point, I'm just watching. I'm inside the box, just watching it burn at this point. Because me and her both know we're like, fuck. because there wasn't enough gas poured on. It's not burning the way I wanted to. I told her at this point here to go and get the gas can, pour some more on. A lot of people thought this is when I made my escape. When she turned to get the gas can, it is not. I'm still in this box. So now, she got the gas poured on. She says, okay, it's going pretty good now. Now I'm cutting the box in. I actually see the flames coming down through here. So now the flames are close to my feet. Now I'm getting out of there. So I got the box cut here. Right here is where I'm actually sliding out. This is where I'm sliding out. So I'm out now. And now I'm meeting her by her shoulder and backing her up. Now very shortly. Because see, she could film freely the box. So I'm behind her at this point. Now we're backing up. And she's filming there. But I'm behind her. I think I branch off a little sooner than this. Yeah, no. Now we're backing up. Now is the point that I'm to the car starting to get changed. I only, as you guys know, I think this is the shirt that I wore in the first one, and then I come out with a gray Adidas after. I changed my shirt and put on the leather coat. That's what I did in this one. The recreation in part 2, I actually, the recreation in part 2, I changed coveralls, but this one I only did the shirt. So, at this point, I'm pretty well dressed. Just waiting it out now. She's there filming. I'm behind her. There we go. Now I'm walking in the frame. Just like in the reveal number 2, what I did. I was behind her, walking into the frame. Now I'm doing the same concept like the reveal. I got the mask on, pulls it off, reveals that it's the same. That is me. You know, I got the leather coat, the different color shirt on this time. And now, I'm going to unmute it. Now I'm doing the outro. Right here. You hear the audio cut? I'm going to explain that. I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to explain that right quick. So the audio cut, when it goes, I'm going to go back just so you guys can hear it again. Right here, you can see my mouth open on the side. I got to pause there now. Unmute. You can hear the audio cut clear as day. That was me telling her, show the box. So I was directing her, and I don't think one person caught on to that. I honestly don't think one person caught on to that. That there was an actual audio cut within there. And at this point, I told her to show the box. She shows the box. I'm looking at the box to get this sick-ass outro, you know, finish. And then she pans back to me. And I'm still looking at the box. There it is.
Peace.
Gets that sick outro. And that's it. That is the entire fire escape. That's the entire fire escape. Like that's the whole fire escape right there. You guys seen behind the scenes in part 2 on how I accomplished, like exactly how I did it. How I did it in the reveal was exactly it. I mean, to the T. That's the closest thing to the first one that I could have done. Everything I did in the original fire escape, or in the reveal, everything I did in this recreation was the same as I did in the first one. Exact same method, everything. Now, I'm going to say this. Just because there is a couple idiots out there that's going to. Just because, okay? Just because I revealed the very first fire escape, doesn't mean that, oh, I know how to do the trick. I know how to do this escape now. He revealed it. This is how he did it. I'm going to go and film it and make it for YouTube. No. Just because I taught you how to do this trick, please don't attempt it. Because honestly, and that's why I does it in the very front of every video. Warning, do not attempt what you're about to see, basically. Don't attempt it. Like, seriously. It's honest to God, you look at that escape, you look at how I did it in part 2. You look at exactly how I did it, and you look at it and you're like, as easy as he did that, I should be able to do it like that. Honestly, I was practicing that escape, no word of a lie, for a while before I did it. Like, I had a prepared box that I already had prepared, and I practiced doing the flawless getting out and getting around. Like, getting out of the box, especially when it's on fire, time is of the essence at that point. You know, like, I made it look easy, but it's not. There's a lot of risk there, and I don't want to see somebody actually fuck up, cut a hole too small. It took me a little bit to be able to figure out the exact size hole that I needed to get my fat ass through. Okay? I don't want to see somebody fucking, especially when I did it in the reveal, I cut the hole through the knife and then closed it back up, just so the knife wasn't in the box. Somebody attempts that, cuts the hole, throws the knife like I did, closes back up the hole, and they're trying to get out. Next thing you know, oh fuck, I'm stuck. The hole's too small. Little thing like that can really fuck you up, you know, and you can get severe burns. So I don't want to see anybody reattempt this. I genuinely don't. I don't want to see anybody attempt what you guys seen in that. Don't want to see it. So that's the full reveal, you guys. That is the fire escape number 1, and it is one of, if not my most watched YouTube video, is the original fire escape. And the fire escape is near and dear to my heart. It's my own illusion. It is my own trick. I created it from the ground up. And a lot of people ask me, where did I come up with this? Where did I come up with the effect? Truth is, I don't know if I want to say this really. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this because I don't talk about it. But it is where the fire escape actually come from. And I'm going to talk about it because I feel I should talk about it. The fire escape idea come from when I was really, really young. Not even my parents know this. Like, nobody knows this. I was in grade 9, 10 I think. 10 or 11, maybe. Not, between 9 and 11. I can't exactly pinpoint the year or whatever, because I've honestly tried to forget about it. I won't be able to tell you the year. Nothing like that. I'm almost positive I was in grade 11. I'm almost positive, almost willing to put my life on it. I was in grade 11, which was 2013. I'm almost certain that that's when it was. Anyway, I grew up with depression, and I still have it. Grew up with depression, lived with depression, even today. I live with depression, and through you guys and through these escapes, this shit keeps me going. Like, this is a big factor on what keeps me going. Keeps me motivated and happy to do better, yada, yada, yada. I will say 2013, just because I'm almost positive that's when it was. In 2013, while I was really depressed at this point in time in my life, really depressed, ready to give up. I used to go to a house. One fire. It was an old abandoned house. And I used to go there. Spend time to myself. Get away from reality. And this house had, pretty sure it was 2 levels, could have been 3. Pretty sure it was 2. 2 stories. And downstairs in the living room, there was this old fireplace. And no, that wasn't. It was in the kitchen. It was a stove, but it was one of them old stoves that you open up, you put a fire in, you close it, but you could cook on the burners. Like the actual wood stove itself heated the burners. I believe that's the gist of it anyway. Anyway, I had a fire. I ended up lighting a fire. This was anywhere from 5 to 8 within that vicinity in the evening. And I was there. I lit a fire. I went upstairs. And I brought this old lawn chair down there with me. It was like a fold out. It was a fold out chair, but it was yellow, and instead of like, it was like a patio chair or a camping chair. That's the best thing to say. It was like one of them camping chairs that you fold up, had the legs, but you fold it out and had armrests and stuff. It was similar to that, but it folded out more, and you could sit in it, put your legs on it. It was like I can't really explain it, but you put your legs up on it anyway, and you're sprawled out. It's like a chair bed fucking thing. Anyway, so I had one of them up there with a little little table I made. Little table I built out of like a small wood pallet or something. And I was up there, on my phone, having a chat with a few friends, whatever the case was at that point in time. I was talking to my ex or something on the phone. And next thing you know, I smelled smoke. And keep in mind, I had a fire going in the wood stove downstairs, and I was like, where the fuck is that coming from? Like, what's that smell? And then I was like, well, okay. Didn't pay heed to it. Biggest mistake I ever made. Didn't pay heed to it. And I'm upstairs. Keep in mind, I'm upstairs in this room that I fucking made into like a little hangout, whatever. And smelled smoke. Never thought nothing of it. I got a fire and there's gonna be smoke. It's gonna smell like smoke. Never thought nothing of it. Anyway, 15 minutes or so goes by. Probably 10 minutes. I can't fucking remember. It was a certain 10-15 minutes goes by, whatever. And now I see smoke coming into the room. Like black smoke coming into the room. I'm like, holy fuck. Okay, what's on the go? So I walk out of the room and I go downstairs. And the whole downstairs, you come downstairs. So picture this as the steps. Okay, we're going this way. So I'm coming down the stairs here. Right? And then you turn right down here. Then you turn right over here, and here's a hallway. Kitchen's at the end here. Kitchen's here, and then there's an opening here, living room. That's roughly the layout. And the kitchen was here, dining room's here, and then the living room was in here. That's the gist of how it was laid out. And the whole Jesus kitchen at this point. I look out in the kitchen,
Nothing but fire. Golfing. Out the fucking wall, golfing. So I'm at the bottom of these stairs. And then the fucking kitchen's golfing. I come out here. The living room is toast. Completely fucked. Now keep in mind, the kitchen is out here when you come out here, but also within the kitchen, and the living room is here. Or the dining room. The kitchen and dining room is here. The porch is here in the dining room. That is your front door. That is blocked. You come down the stairs. At the very bottom of the stairs here, in the living room aspect here, there's another door. That's your back door. That is fucking... There's fire around that. So at this point, this door here is blocked. This door here is blocked. There's no fucking way out through either one of these doors. So I'm looking, I'm like, well, fuck. At this point, I'm up shit creek without a paddle. I'm thinking, well, this is it. I got no fucking way out. I have no idea how to fucking get out of here. And I thought that was it. I thought, oh, I'm going to burn the fucking dead in this house. I go back upstairs, and the room that's at the far end, when you come up the stairs, there's like, up at the top of the stairs is here. To the right of the stairs is the one room. This is the room that I was in. You go straight was the bathroom. To the left was another room. And I think there was another room back here in this vicinity. The bathroom was, the floor was burning up through. Like, there was fire, the fire was hitting the floor. You could see the floorboards was weak in there. Fire was starting to come up through. It was starting to go black. The room that I was in was pretty well the only room that, which mind boggles me to the day. The room that I was in with the chair and the table and that was the only fucking room in that whole house that was still, like, the floor was good, everything. Like, no fire whatsoever. And lucky for me, I had a couple tools in that room, like, that I actually brought, because I was fixing up some stuff within the house itself. And just to make it, you know, make it like my own kind of thing, like my own getaway, my own hanging. So I had a hammer, a crowbar, and a sledgehammer, I think. I'm pretty sure I had a sledgehammer as well, and I think that's all I had, because I was tearing out some stuff. So I had that there, and I think I had a couple screwdrivers too, for screws, like screwing some stuff out of the walls and shit. But anyway, so with that being said, I had that. I knew there's literally only one way I was getting the fuck out. I said, I am not, first of all, not, like I said, my parents don't even know about this to this day. And I said, I am not jumping out of this fucking second story window in this room when there's a fucking bank like this at the other end of the bedroom. And if I jumps out this window, I'm going down over that bank. I'm busting my fucking legs. Try going home, explaining to my fucking parents how I got 2 broken legs from jumping out of a fucking burning house. I would have been fucking hung. Okay? Would have been hung. So I was avoiding that conflict. Yeah, I probably would have fucking killed myself jumping out. Didn't really process. All I said, this is the last resort. If I can't fucking get out of here, this is my last resort. So, I thought it through. Stood there for about 15 seconds, was thinking. I was like, I'm going to go back downstairs before it gets any worse. I'm going to take this sledgehammer, this crowbar, and I'm going back down. As I go back down, I'm going to see where there's very little fire at this moment and see what plan I can come up with. So anyway, I took the hammer and I took the crowbar. I went downstairs. I was at the bottom of the stairs. At this point, there's more fire. But in the living room, it was a section of wall there between the living room and the dining room. There was fire around the windows. I would have busted out of the windows. Keep in mind, yes, I would have busted out of the fucking living room and dining room windows if there wasn't fire around it. There was a little square section like this in between those windows that there was actually no fire yet. It was spreading. You could see it spreading to where it was going to enclose that whole wall. But it wasn't spread enough yet. So I had a little window of room to work with. So I said, I'm busting through that fucking wall. I said, I don't care what I have to do, I'm busting through that wall. Meanwhile, so I run to it. I run to that section. I take my crowbar, I'm busting holes in that drywall. Ripping drywall off. And whatever insulation's there, I'm hauling the insulation out. I'm trying not to break any 2x4s, 2x4 studs, because if I break any studs, I'm frightened that this building, this house is going to come down on top of me. So I didn't break any studs. I tried my absolute damnedest to avoid breaking any studs because I feel like, okay, well the whole house is on fire, the structure's already fucking weak. If I pop so much as one stud out of that wall and crack it off, this whole thing can collapse. So I want to leave as much structure as possible. Okay? So I'm here at this point ripping drywall out. Busting drywall out of this house. Now, while doing this, I can hear stuff falling behind me. When I look back, here's the second story floor bathroom and tub and toilet and right down. The whole floor gave out because the bathroom was over the kitchen, I believe. Yes, it was. The bathroom was over the kitchen and the whole floor just gave out. Everything that was in that bathroom was down. And I'm like, okay, this house is collapsing. We need to get the fuck out of here. So I'm still hammering away, chiseling fucking insulation, everything else. Now, this is an old fucking house. Half of the fucking insulation in this house was newspaper because a lot of people back in the day used to actually insulate their homes with fucking newspaper. So, sorry guys. So a lot of people, used to insulate with newspaper, whatever the fuck they can get their hands on, really insulated. So at this point, I'm breaking everything down. I have a good dent put in this wall. Insulation is hauled out. I'm still banging through. I'm trying to bang through the plywood or outside the house now or whatever the fuck it was made out of back then. Because I know, okay, there's wall here. These are the studs. Out right here is the outside wall. If I can just break through this wall, we're good. And this took a lot of effort and a while. I was going with the crowbar, using that like a hammer, like a nail, going with the sledgehammer, trying to get at least a hole through it so I could see how much depth it was to get completely through. So I managed to put a hole through. Now keep in mind, old houses, 9 chances out of 10, it's sided with clapboard, with wood, wooden siding. And this one was sided with wooden siding. So I had a couple layers of wood to get through. So once I managed to get through, I think it was that deep of a fucking hole to get through to the other side. There was the fucking plywood, which was 3/4 of an inch, and then you had the clapboard, which was about an inch. So it was give or take about that much when it was all said and done. So then I'm going, once that little hole is made, I start chiseling a hole out around it, and then I'm taking the hammer and I'm busting. I'm busting with whatever I got to get through, and I managed to get a big enough hole, just like pretty well that fire escape. And now you guys can see where the method come from. Just a big enough hole to squeeze my body out through. I dove out head first, and now I cut the shit out of myself with splinters and fucking everything else, nails and shit ton of stuff, because like I'm diving out through this hole, like I'm squeezing through, looking like I'm just coming out of the fucking womb for the first time. You know what I mean? Like I'm squeezing through. I think the hole was only like just barely. I had to put my arms like this to squeeze through, just barely. You know. My head's out. I see the outside. I'm like, all right, whatever pain you're about to face trying to get through this hole, fuck it. You're gonna live. So I'm getting the fuck out of this hole. I'm squeezing through with everything I got. I make it out. I get out. I start running away from this structure. Away from this structure. And keep in mind, at this point, I'm sweating bullets. Because from when I finally got that hole done to where the upper body, my upper body was starting to go out through the hole, the entire back of me was just fire. Like the entire structure was on fire at this point. So the fire is coming towards me. My ass is here, trying to get out, and the fire is like right here. Like that's how fucking close it was. I'm getting out. I'm out. I'm going down over the little bank that's there. You come out here and you run down a little bank. I'm at the bottom of this bank looking at this house. And I look up and I shit you not. I looked up for 5 seconds. And this is what's still in my mind to this day haunting me. I looked up for 5 fucking seconds, and this whole house from the roof collapsed. I just got out of that house before it completely collapsed on me. I almost died in that house. Through my experience with this, through almost losing my life in a house fire, through the struggle I had to get out, I created the fire escape. My biggest fear now, obviously, is fire. Biggest fear in the world. Through my experience, I created the fire escape to relive the fear, to try to conquer the fear, to know that everything now is okay. I created this fire escape based on almost dying and escaping. For real. I created this fire escape because of my original fire escape out of that house. That's why I created the fire escape. That was my motivation. That's why I keep doing this. Just so a lot of people knows not to fucking play with fire, basically, you know. I have my reason, my motivation for why I created this fire escape. And escaping from that house was the original fire escape. And my motivation to create one hell of a fire escape and an illusion. That is what motivated me to do it. That is the story behind what a lot of people's wondered. Why did you create a fire escape? What was your motivation to create this? That was why. That was my motivation to create the fire escape. To conquer my fear of fire. Which I haven't done. I can just live with it now. So, I rambled on for a while. I gave you guys the reveal, step by step, in part 2, the performance of the reveal in part 1, and a complete vlog conversation in part 3 on commentary over the video, so you guys could see, or guys could hear and know when I did the steps to actually escaping in part 1, which, like I said, the recreation fire escape that I just did is pretty well spot on the exact as I did in the very first one. So I wanted to do a commentary, but I also wanted to talk about why I created the fire escape, give you guys this story, and finally make this story public. Because for years, and I mean years, I kept this story to myself. My parents didn't even know, and well, unless they see this video, they're not going to, because I'm not going to fucking talk about it. And a lot of my friends don't know. And a lot of my friends watch this channel, so now they're going to know why I created the fire escape. And I hope that you guys actually enjoyed this video and enjoyed hearing that story as long as it took. I mean, we're at 47 minutes and 36 seconds now, just on camera time. And, I mean, what can I say? The fire escape is near and dear to me, and is my best escape, and probably the best escape I'll ever attempt. And there is more escapes to come. I have a new one that I'm working on now, and a couple more in my mind after the next one. Stay tuned for a new magic video coming soon. I'm thinking about bringing back Omegle videos again and doing 1 or 2 Omegle videos for now and see how they go. And if they go well, then we'll probably keep going with the Omegle videos for a little while again, bringing some new content back to the channel. I'm also hoping to get Sound Control in a video soon. I got some magic tricks that I would like to perform for him. So we're 9 chances out of 10 going to get him in a video hopefully soon, and hopefully he starts uploading on his channel again. Now, before this video hits an hour, thank you guys very much for listening and being here as long as you have been and hearing my story. And I hope you guys enjoyed the first fire escape, and I hope you guys enjoyed the recreation and the reveal of the fire escape and never attempt it. With that being said, I'm going to end this long video. Thanks for watching part 3 on Magic's Edge TV, and as always, zip, peace.